break up with her because he can't be with her. Be with her as in, be with her
Yes, yes.
unless they're married.
Right.
You know. So in other words, if they get married, then they will be together. But my son
Yes.
has such a strong belief, like my father and my mother. They're both
I see that.
baptized. They were married before I was born. They were married. Born out
Yeah.
of marriage. But if you're a staunch Catholic, you can't live with somebody if you're a real Catholic if you're not married.
No, yeah, for
You
sure. I
can't
was
do
just
that.
watching
Yeah,
Boys in the Hood with
yeah,
my wife yesterday, and
yeah.
surprisingly enough, that exact dynamic was in the main characters. Like Nia Long, who played Cuba Gooding Jr.'s girlfriend, she was a
Sure,
Catholic girl going to Catholic school. Even though they're black, we got all kinds of Catholics.
sure.
Like they were like, she was like, I can't have sex with you, man. I'm a Catholic, and he was like,
Yeah,
Catholic girls are supposed to be the most freakiest. Yes, but that is one of the main tenets. When you're not, Catholic,
sure.
when you're not married, you're not supposed to have sex. Yeah.
Well,
What's
so
up, Denison?
NPC,
Yeah.
when I
Good to have
met
you.
my ex-wife, right? She's Catholic as well. When I met my ex-wife, we were madly into each other, right? But
Yeah.
she was still married at the time, right?
Yeah.
So I could not live with her or be with her till she got divorced. And then once she got divorced, then we started our life together because then she was broke away from, all ties.
Yeah.
So yes, the Catholics do have a lot of, and people, the biggest problem with Catholics is that, they want to always lambast us about things that happened in the past. The funny thing is this, is Catholics are the most loving, but the most vicious. People don't realize that like Knights Templar and all these the Crusades,
Well,
like Catholics are warriors. We fight. We
well, I mean, this is
fight.
look at this. Even in the chat, V1111, he's a ouch. The Jesuits. That's why I let people know in these spaces that like, yeah, I went to Jesuit high school, and I'm
Yeah,
not evil because of that, man. I mean, the Jesuits, yeah, I mean, they did, like you said, there was a past and all that, but some of the stuff that the Jesuits came up with are some of the tenets of some of this new age
sure.
thinking that a lot of people are into nowadays. Those
Yeah,
were Jesuits that came up with a lot of those things, like Pierre
sure.
Chardin and a lot of these other guys, man. So it's like, bro, they're people too, So
And
ain't
being,
nothing spooky about it.
and it's funny because when you
Hey,
trace
look at
back,
close
like
they did too.
we trace back to our family lineage, like being,
Shout
I'm
out
a
to
Sicilian.
TBD.
Yeah, I'm a Sicilian. So Sicilians have, if you're Sicilian, you're Catholic no matter what. I mean, you have no choice.
I
So
bet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But the whole thing is that we trace it back to like the Knights Templar and all these other things. And it's just like we are warriors for the Catholic Church. But the whole thing is that like the Catholic Church, has there been bad things in the past? Yeah, but when I go to mass
Absolutely.
and if
The
I go to
priests
the
rape
food bank,
people.
bro, if I go to the food bank or if I go to outreach, the
Uh-huh.
Catholic Church is the most giving organization in the world. In the
Mm.
world.
Yeah, they're up there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
my
other
my
ones, but
church,
the Catholics there, they like to there's some good Catholics out there for sure.
there are. There are.
Yeah.
Dude, we will fight, bro. We will
Yeah.
fight. And a Catholic Leo is the most dangerous thing in the world.
Mm.
I'm telling you, if a Leo has Catholic faith behind him,
Yeah.
he's a knight. He's a knight.
Right.
He's a
You hit that up
knighthood.
with look at he's a
Yeah.
knight. That's like Michael, the archangel. Look at Divine Spark. I like this one. I'm a freaky Catholic Pisces, according to today's show. We'll take that. I mean, everyone
There you
has their
go.
role, right? Everyone
There
has
you
their
go.
role.
There you go.
Look at this. Look
But
at
it's just
Flo
like,
said he said literally the Catholics are the only organization that has a freaking country.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
true.
Vatican, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
it's true.
yeah, agents, yeah, Jesuit online agents, Templars. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. What does Jesuit mean? What do they sign their name? Society of Jesus, SJ, right?
Yeah.
And dude, all the Jesuits I know, they were either like super feminine, or they were like into like knowledge and teaching and stuff. So the
Sure.
ones I know, growing up in San Jose, they were fucking
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
normal and shit, bro.
it's funny
Yeah.
because it's funny because the Romans, the Romans were the most vicious. They were the most vicious soldiers, but they followed the Catholic Church. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a paradigm. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm following God, but I'm also beheading people. So it's just but
It's
remember,
kind
it's
of
a different.
hypocritical, kind of
It's
in a way.
it's an animalistic time. It's not the same. But I can tell you this. I can tell you this with no doubt. Sicilians in particular, my people, dude, we can get down. We can fight, and we will fight tooth and nail. But we fight for the Catholic Church. We are so Catholic, it's
What
ridiculous.
What do you think about this though? Because I had people in my class, in my elementary, junior high, that were molested by priests in our parish. I think that's fucked up, bro. Like, and then you know what happened? The principal and the administration, they just sent that priest to another school, and they probably didn't even tell the parish that they were sending and what was going on. That shit is
Sure.
not. I don't
Yeah.
co-sign on that shit at all.
No doubt,
You
no
know,
doubt.
Catholic need to work. The church needs to work on that.
I've never had any kind of interaction like that ever. If I did, I would say it, but I've never had any kind of weirdness with any priest. But I think the
I
biggest
haven't,
problem
but
is
I've
that
had classmates that have, and
sure,
that's messed up, man.
I think that I think the Catholic Church should curtail the whole celibacy. I think a man should have a
Hmm.
mate, should
Yeah,
have someone to because I think possibly, allegedly, when you're repressed for so long and you're only around certain kinds of people, I think maybe you get a perversion in your mind. It's
I think
possible.
so too. I think so
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Dennis, do you have any comments about the church? Were you a Catholic growing up?
It's culturally.
Culturally, yeah, yeah, yeah. Any thoughts about what we've been talking about? Water signs and religion, or
No, I'm
I don't
just
know how long
listening.
you've
This
been here.
stuff's kind of out of my area of interest and knowledge.
Okay.
What's a Jesuit?
It's just a branch of a brotherhood of priests, a section, just like they have Franciscan monks. There's also there's Jesuits who are they're called who are they're priests, a group of priests. They're Catholic priests, but there's a it's like they're set, I guess. Like there's crypts, and then there's different types of crypts. The Jesuits would be a set of a sect of a priest under the Vatican. Yeah. Usually they were like a lot of times they have a history of being like the rebel rousers of the church, kind of like pushing the boundaries in terms of intellectually and spiritually, in terms of like getting like
Sounds based.
yeah, they are pretty based actually, integrating like other cultures and spiritual faiths and trying to see what the commonality is with Catholicism. So that's why I think Jesuits were kind of cool, and also why they get a bad rap too, because of their willingness to work with other cultures and organizations. There's opportunities for nefarious behavior as well, probably. So yeah. Was the Powder Dusty has a comment? He said about celibacy. I think the uh, only people celibacy would apply to are ones who already have a perversion or are running from it.
Have you tried it?
What?
Celibacy?
Have I tried it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds bad. Like involuntary at times. Yeah, but voluntary as well too, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when I
You're
when I
probably
when I
some
go
kind
to
of pervert then.
so when I go to mass, if I go to
Maybe, man.
mass,
Scorpio.
if I go to mass and if I talk to the Father, I'll talk to him about like life stuff or like where I'm heading in life. But I never talk to him about relationships. So I can't talk to a 50-year-old
Yeah, that's kind
virgin.
of weird, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't talk to a 50-year-old virgin about my marriage. So in other words, I curtail what I speak to him about.
Hey, but wait, stop there real quick. But think about that though.
He
Even
might
though,
have the most
he has no
insight.
experience, you never know. He might have insight. Just like I've gotten some insight from as a father from people on the that aren't men who don't have kids. by just listening to their opinion about, what they would do or what they think about certain situation about parenting. Now, get me wrong, some of them are fucked up what they said, but other ones were like, okay, this is actually kind of interesting. And if I would have wrote them off because they don't have any kids or not married, I would have missed out. But I can understand why you will feel weird talking to a priest about that.
Sure. When I was separating from my ex, I actually talked to my neighbor, actually across the street. He was across the street. I was like, "Hey man, you got to," because we were mad close, right? Mad close, and he's an older guy, and I'm telling him what's going on. He looks at me, right? He goes, "You sleeping in the same bed?" I'm like, "No." Stop being a bitch. Just leave the hoe. That's
the priest said that?
I swear to God.
Oh hell no. Was he black?
And I'm like, because he's an old head. He's an old head. He's like,
okay.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hey man, I was like, yeah, we're having problems, blah blah blah. We sleep in separate rooms. He's like, you ain't sleeping in the same bed? I'm like, nah, man. Then leave the bitch. I'm like, damn.
It's good advice, I guess.
But that's what you need. You need real world advice from someone who's been there and done that. Not some dude in a collar that's never had sex in his life. You need that dude across the street to say, man, fuck that bitch.
I think
that's what you need.
You know what, Mike? I think this is why there's so many ortho bros. People like that. It's because it's very much like Catholicism. Yeah. But one of the differences, like, they can have families, right? The priest can have a family, right? Flo State, look at what he said right here. He said, I did one time I did a school retreat, but when I mentioned to the priest I wasn't a Catholic, he kicked me out. That's not right. Because Catholic school, there's many people that aren't Catholic that go there. Let
me tell you something, man. Nobody can give you relationship advice if they've never been in a relationship. Come on, because they have no basis. You can read all the books you want. If you don't have real world experience, you shouldn't be giving anyone advice. Does that make sense?
Well, I would say you should be leery about what they say. Anybody can give advice, technically. Now, is it helpful? Is it warrant? That's the thing.
External criticism is valid.
External criticism, that's different than advice, huh?
Well, external advice. I'm assuming that we're talking about the kind of advice when you're having a problem. So you're looking for somebody to give you a solution or an answer or perspective.
Right. Yeah, and I think though I've taught certain people have a higher, I'm going to prioritize what they say than someone else off the top. However, it doesn't mean, even though I have a prejudging them by saying he might not have as good advice as my married friend, that non-married person could actually give me better advice. So right. You can take in all the data streams, right? And then do with it what you will. Yeah. But Mike, you're saying you don't have time to listen to people that really doesn't have experience is important to you, you're saying?
No, it's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I would rather take advice from someone who's actually had real world experiences versus someone that's just reading a book or a manual trying to give you advice. I'd rather hear someone that actually been there and done that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that crosses over as well into a priest giving you advice about your marriage, but that in itself is pretty accurate. Real world experience teaches you way more real shit than the instruction manual does. The instruction manual is theoretical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
But your priest, he may have been helping people with marriages for 30, 40 years. He may have
he has a lot of experience with that.
Yeah, he may have helped thousands of people with their marriages. Whereas the dude across the street might only have, girlfriends he doesn't even like. You never know.
You know what I found interesting? That, the big thing from the last 10 years about love languages. I know you guys have probably heard people talk about that. A lot of women, they're like, they swear by that. What's your love language and all that? I found out that was actually invented by a Protestant pastor from the South.
Correct.
And it was Yeah, off his all like what Dennison was saying, all his interaction with married couples over the years, and he came up with that system of the love language, which is funny because I hear a lot of quote unquote new agey people talk about it rather than like Baptists or which I think he was a Baptist or something like that. So it's very surprising where you can get advice from, where people we end up getting advice from and whatnot. Love languages. I don't even know what my love language is.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a romantic? I mean, are you like a romantic guy? Like, in other words, do you like to surprise your wife with things for no reason? Like, like cater to her? Are you that kind of guy?
I think like ideally that's a great thing to do, and I think that's awesome. And however, I don't do it. I don't do that type of thing. My more thing is, I guess, is like this showing up, being there, and saying I love her, and showing her with affection. I'm more of a talker when it comes to that. But I think my wife even said that before. She's like, little surprises are nice because she does that for me. Out of nowhere, she'll just give me like a little gift or something, or yeah. But I don't know. Are you like that, Mike? Do you like romantic, or are you more?
Yeah, super romantic, bro. That's the Italian in me. Like, just like, she comes home and dinner's cooked, and can I rub your feet? It's just, and it's not like, that's nothing like weird. It's just like, I want to cater to you because I generally cherish you, and a woman eats that up. And it's nothing crazy. You're not buying them a Lexus. It's just little things that
add up.
Yeah, things that really stand out to a woman to make her feel really, really appreciated.
Yeah.
So
oh, yeah, actually, you know what I used to do? I used to buy a lot of flowers when I lived in the States for my partners, like girlfriends or wife, whatever. Buy them flowers, and I would rub the feet and all that. So that's part of it.
That
flowers. I've never heard of that before.
Every year,
no candy though.
Every year for Valentine's and stuff. All the years we're together, like we were getting to like 9-10 years and getting like 10 dozen roses. It's like, whoa, it's expensive.
Damn,
bro.
Man.
It's like $300, back
especially
then.
during Valentine's Day where they raise the price.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. I mean, and then they're gonna die anyway. It's just. Yeah. It's just showing that you really care. But the thing is, I would always buy her jewelry. She had so much jewelry. And she'd like, stop buying me stuff. But it's just like, it's one of those things where you just do it to do it, But the whole thing is that, you have to keep it lively because, I would say probably after 6, 7, 8 years, stuff starts to get mundane. So you have to always keep it lively with your partner.
Yeah, I was with my ex-girlfriend for 9 years and then my wife for almost 12 years now.
Yeah. You got to keep it lively. You have to keep it lively. You have to have date night. You have to figure out something fun to do, go on vacation. The biggest problem with me and my ex is that we had 4 kids. She had 3 from her previous marriage, and we had our son. So if we have 4 children, so it's hard for us just to go on vacation. So it was difficult for us to get away for more than a day or two. So it's hard for us to go for 2 weeks on a cruise. Now we did go on a cruise for a week one time. Bro, it was amazing. We went all over the Caribbean. It was great.
With the kids too? Yeah.
No, the kids were not. The kids were taken care of by the aunt. But it was difficult to pull that off. To ask someone to, watch kids. And that was 3 kids. But that's before my son was born. That was in 99, right about 2000. The thing is that, it's hard to have someone watch 3 kids for 2 weeks. It's difficult.
It's hard enough when I have 3 dogs. I gotta, whenever we go on vacation, I gotta take them care of. Those are dogs. My 4-legged babies.
It was one of the best memories of my life. I mean, it was just we're all over the Caribbean. I mean, we're just having fun.
No, that sounds like fun. I think for me, like the best trip I ever had recently, it was when I went back to America in 2018 with my son, my young son, and my wife. That was fun. But go ahead. You said you were dancing on the ship and all that stuff.
Yeah, dancing and it's funny because like we were like a really attractive young couple, and then like I was able to talk to one of the stewards on the ship, and we actually got to sit at the captain's table where the captain sits and all and we're just sitting there and we're just hanging out, and it's just like, it was just cool. Like we felt like VIPs, on the ship, and it was cool, man. It was just like a great time, and we escaped reality for a while, but it's funny because the entire time, twice a day, she had to call to check on the kids, like twice a day. It's just fine. Even though we're on vacation, when you're a parent, you never stop being a parent. That's the whole paradigm. Yeah.
That's how it is.
And it was it wasn't 2 weeks. It was 10 days. It was 10 days. That's what it was. It was 10-day cruise. But man, it was unbelievable. But the whole time, I got to call the kids. This is, I'm like, they're fine. They're fine. Relax. They're fine. So but it's funny when you're a parent, you're never really on vacation unless the kids are there. And if the kids are there, you can't act a fool, if you know what I mean. You can't get dirty.
No.
You got to be a parent. You know what I'm trying to say? You got to be a parent.
Right. Dude, I never gone on vacation without my son's been with me for the last 7 years. Like, the only time he's not with me is if my wife has to go to some family function up north and I have to work.
It was wild.
Like, we never have any time like that.
Yo, it was.
Check this out.
Wild.
I bet you what. That sounds like fun. Here's the love languages. There's the words of affirmation. That's something that my mom, who was a Cancer, drilled into me. She was, I love you, I love you. So I always say that a lot. Quality time, spending time, acts of service. That's like rubbing the feet, like you were saying. Receiving gifts, going on a nice trip, flowers, physical touch, right? Nonverbal cues, making physical, touches, holding hands, caressing, all that shit. Yeah. I think the goal is to do all those things a little bit, right? Yeah, they switch it up and stuff. But okay, she said a 3-hour tour, Gilligan's Island. Remember that show, Dennison?
Yeah,
Gilligan's Island. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
You don't know, man?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I think I'm already pooped out. Probably if I didn't have to go to teach, I probably would keep building with you guys. But this has been great. Remember what it
was a pleasure.
When we said, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming up, Mike, and keeping it on target, and Dennison keeping it on target. Because I'm not going to try to fuck around and do some fuckery on other panels today. I'm going to keep this modality, this vibration with me for the rest of the day. Thanks for coming up, guys.
End on a good note. End on a positive note. Like I said, when I come on your panel, I'm actually toned down. You've seen me on other panels. I can turn it up. And Dennison knows I can get heightened.
Well, you turned it up on Dennison before on this panel. He turned up on you a little bit on this panel. Yeah. So I've seen it.
I get him.
I've seen it.
If you ever see me on CTs, it's insane. Like, I snap on people. But the whole thing is that, it's not always healthy to do that, So it's always good to come up and talk to a couple friends and just be chill and just have a good conversation. I think the astrology aspect, was very interesting. And I appreciate you having me up and talking about it. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
Right. I wish you nothing but the best. Dennison, wish you nothing but the best. So, gentlemen, I bid you adieu. Have a great night. Get some rest, and I'll see you again.
All right, that's our resident Leo, King Michael. We'll see you later, brother.
I'll see you later. Roar.
Wow. Look at that from South Park. I won't say the other part of it. Look at, there's a lion. Wow. Remember that, Dennison?
I don't even know what to think about all that.
Well, this, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but the point of this was the water sign showdown, and depending if you don't have a water, if you're not like a sun sign or moon sign, it doesn't matter, because you got all these energies in your chart somewhere, right? And definitely if you're trying to tap into your inner Scorpio, I would say work on setting boundaries the Scorpio chamber can help you with that. And if you're trying to heal family wounds, that could be what under the Cancer lit. Cancer is it's all family. And then now if you want to get into your artist lit, aka Divine Spark 313, the naughty Catholic girl, freaky Catholic girl, under the Pisces lit, creating art and also forgiving someone. They're actually usually they're good at forgiving people. What's the ultimate forgiving is forgiving yourself too, right? And if you're a water sign, own it. You're not too sensitive. You're just more in tune than most. But if you do need to learn how to master your emotions, have that in mind, man, when you're out and about.
You're talking to the chat, right? Because I have no idea what you just said.
Talking to you,
now I know how
to the chat. I'm talking to Ben.
Now I know how people feel when they're in algebra class.
Yeah.
Except to me, it's oh yeah.
Well, that's why you get a good grade, even though you don't know what we're talking about. Just like the algebra teacher, as long as you don't cause chaos, you'll get that B. You'll get that B.
Man, yeah. Is that easy to get a B?
Oh yeah, especially when the rest of the class is acting like fools. Not Mike, I'm saying, but like in general. you never were in that class where kids were like just acting a fool, and the old teacher just had it. They're like, they didn't say this, but just because I didn't cause trouble, you get that B, even though I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, actually, I think, well, the first half of your description, I think I can recall, there's a very awkward looking and acting ex-professor, who taught English class at my school, and none of the kids respected him, so there were a lot of outbursts and disruptions during his class that didn't exist in any other class. But he did not give out B's.
Yeah,
I think I might have got a D in his class.
The English? That's the English teacher, man.
Yeah,
English can have a stick up their ass sometimes. Yeah, I'm an English teacher though.
After that, I just changed my grade.
Yeah.
To a C.
You just changed it. Your parents didn't know.
No, I logged into the computers and changed it.
Oh, you did it like that, old school.
And once I figured out how to do that, I did that in the next school as well, in high school. Except in high school, I started charging people to change their grades.
Oh man, you're that guy, huh?
I don't know.
That's smart.
I mean, that school stored their passwords in plain text. I mean, it's almost not even. It's like they're asking me to log in and change it.
Did you go overboard though, like totally up to straight A's for yourself, or did you be more realistic? Okay.
I changed a D to a C.
Okay.
Passing.
Yeah. You weren't greedy with it. I like that. Yeah, Arctic Timberwolf said, "Oh yeah, by the way, that's cool how your great grandfather had a flower shop. Very, very cool." I just read my high school class. We read a story about this Japanese dude that owned a flower shop in San Leandro, California, which is like right by Oakland. That was an interesting story. She said, "I failed English in college. I think the teacher didn't like me, so I took it again the next semester." Can
you highlight
wedding flower? Wedding flowers. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
What the hell is he talking about?
Oh, he's talking about numerology. Numerology.
We talk about this shit in the training chat all the time, and I deliberately read it because I like the guy and I think he's intelligent. I just have no idea. It's like I need a translation or something.
Yeah. So it says, funny you talk about chaos. Today was 5/11 day. Quite chaotic indeed in the markets. I love that environment. 5/11. I don't. Well, he probably has the more pure definition of what the 5 and 11 means. But if I remember correctly, 5 is To me, 5 is empowerment, but it also can be a chaotic number. Sex. 11 is transition. So
why is today a 5/11 day?
Good question. Look, Patrick Bateman, do you got that? Why is today? What makes today a 5 and then an 11 day /11 day? This reminds me, I'm gonna have to talk to you about setting something up in the next week or so. Look within, so we can definitely get a 101 on the numerology here on the NPC live. Yeah,
I have to be like retarded in some way to this information because
here we go. Here we go. The 5th day of the month. Yes, right. June 5th. And the month is the 6th month of the year. So 5 plus 6 is 1. Wait, 5 plus 6 is 11.
6 is 11.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be a 6th day? Why isn't it a 6th day? A 5/6 day?
That's the thing with these things. Like, in my opinion, with the numerology, you can take meaning of everything. It could be if that's the point you're trying to make. You know.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though.
I think what's happened is when I was young, I came across these ideas, I studied them, and I determined that they were totally bullshit. And it's like a frame of mind almost that you have to be in order to like be programmed by this kind of information. And over the years, I've become stupid, like retarded to it. I couldn't fathom it if I tried.
Yeah, and I don't think you're necessarily being a dick in the sense when you say like I don't get it, because some people will say that and they'll mean like they're not even trying to. I think you're actually trying to get it, but it's not. It's not computing, right?
Oh yeah, because
it's not computing. Yeah.
Like I said, he's in my trading group. He's like the most active member.
Yeah.
And it's all about making money and helping each other reach each other's goals, financially and otherwise. It's a positive, mostly male space. And that's what it's about. So if it can make me money, I'm all about it. I want to know. Shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't care if it's like throwing sticks in the air and how they land, right?
Exactly.
Make your money. Yeah.
Exactly. If it has reproducible results, I don't really need to know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I'll manage my risk accordingly.
It's all 9 years. What was I gonna say about?
But I do know how options work. You know.
Yeah. That's so fucking sexy nowadays. The options trading. Yeah.
It's a great way to leverage your money, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to start getting serious. Even though I love metaphysics,
not financial advice.
Yeah, I think even though I love metaphysics and stuff and how it relates to it, definitely I'm gonna have to strengthen up that chamber under the concrete financing. Yeah, how dare you? You only have a family. Yeah, I think I feel better sitting at the front of the table than at the side, because I've sat out the side and at the other end for so long that it's like, yeah, I get it. I can live like a vagabond, pomper, pleb, but it'd be nice to like eat from the more of the center of the top of the table, more metaphorically speaking. And I think one of the ways to do that, I need to get serious about these finances and how to get more resources.
That's what matters in this world.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm metaphysical, but I just don't believe in the hocus pocus.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say, Dennis. And it kind of reminds me of the fact how we kind of suspend belief when we watch a Marvel, a movie in general, on the silver screen. Right.
It's difficult for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
I hate those movies.
Which ones?
Like the Marvel movies. I don't like
those. No, that's why I stopped saying it. I don't really like those either at all. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy because they play good music, but like in Deadpool because he's crass. But other than that, I really do not like the Avengers and the Wolverine and all that stuff. Yeah. But with that said, I can get into that chamber, like by suspending my I guess my contempt for it, and also like trying to get into the story. And I would only imagine that alcohol and weed would help too. that would help me get into the story. But
I find usually those types of movies lack on story though. They don't have much substance.
the narrative,
The dialogue
yeah.
is shit. There's not a lot of character development. It's all about explosions and special powers.
right?
Like Chronicle, for example. I liked that.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever
Which
seen
one?
that. That's my
Chronicle?
that's my favorite superhero movie of all time.
What is it called?
Chronicle.
Is that like Riddick? Chronicles of Riddick. You got me on something new.
I wish there was a sequel to that about the villain. The villain in Chronicle is like the Joker's my favorite villain of all time.
Yeah,
but the villain from Chronicle is pretty dope. It's got to be in the top 5.
Chronicle. Okay, it's called Chronicle, huh?
Chronicle, yeah, it's the name of the movie. It came out in 2012.
Yeah, I got you.
$15 million budget. Oh yeah, there it is.
I don't want to do it. Dude, I don't want to do it.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay,
Come on, do it.
Give me a countdown.
I will, I promise.
Ah!
Holy crap.
Are we rolling? I'm gonna get the gum. Pull it right out of his mouth.
Wait, why are you running? I got this one. Sweet.
How did I not hear about this movie before?
She's just looking at it.
This is my theory, though, is that it's like a muscle.
Watch this.
Well, he can do it too.
Dude, holy
Yeah, and he's more advanced. See,
We're getting stronger, you know?
he's one of the more advanced ones. They all take their own personal path when they get the powers.
Working it out.
I really liked it.
Is this me, you, and Look Within?
There's nothing.
Yes.
Where are you going?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just some redneck. What the hell is this guy's problem?
They're gonna kill him.
And
I already know it. See? Dead.
Are you crazy? Why did you do that? What the hell is wrong with?
I knew it.
Was it an accident, Andrew? Andrew?
He's going dark.
yeah, and he gets
Listen,
way
we
more
can't
powerful.
screw around with this. It's too dangerous. Andrew, it's not a game. Andrew! Stop this right now!
They were chronicling the whole thing.
Just making that sound.
What is that?
All right, dude, we're going inside.
Steve, wait up. Matt, look at this.
Holy crap! I got the chills. Was this a M. Night movie?
No, M. Night.
That's pretty good. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, no, it's Josh Trank.
Pretty good. Okay.
Josh Trank and Max Landis. They wrote it and directed it, which it's like a, what would you call that? When the project's like your kid.
When the what?
When the project's like your baby.
Oh yeah. A labor of love.
I think that is what I was looking for here.
Yeah. Let's look at this. This is so I'm gonna check that out. Thanks. This is what we're doing. Speaking of movies and dialogue, Clue Studios and I, we're gonna do this on Saturday night. I'm gonna hit up Hateful Eight Revisited. We're gonna do that probably 9 p.m. Eastern time on this Saturday night. We're gonna go over there because it's interesting how supposedly the Hateful Eight, I think it was supposed to be Django Part 2. Yeah, what's up, Max? How's it going, man?
Good evening, NPC. I just thank you for that. I won't say the link but I will be premiering over there on the Pornhub which will be life affirming. But the women in your chat seem to be a little non-life affirming, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe it's just this is too much for them. We're just too much man for them. Man.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. So I'll be on my way. I'm gonna get the light set up tonight. Gonna do a little dusting around and whatnot, and they can eat their hearts out when I'm at 50,000 subs over there on the hub. But NPC will always be welcome over there in the prime spot and everything. You may want to be a director.
Hey, Max, thank you for that, man. You said that you're a model now, an official Pornhub model?
Yes, on Pornhub model. Wow. I'll be going live tonight. Yes.
Man, you heard it.
Yeah.
It's real, man. I know you've been talking about this for the last couple of years. This is official,
so it is happening. It is happening. Yeah. And all the women in here, they can, they can, I don't know what to say to them anymore because online women NPC are just that. I go meet women at the swing club, not online. These bitter old broads, these old bitter prunes have to sit here and wonder what happened. Like Snow, her figure left, somewhere at the window between 1999 and 2009, left somewhere. Didn't it, baby? Yeah. But you would want it. You want the life affirming action. And same with Markella NPC. And why these women deny themselves. No, you don't have to pour me. I'm not. Look at you. Yeah. You're old bitter. You're old.
That's double trouble for you, Max.
Yeah.
They might put you out, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll send you the link over there, NPC. So.
All right, send it to me, Max.
Yeah. So I'll let you be. Have a good evening. And like I just said, these old bitter bags of biscuits like Markella, men should not put up with them. Don't look at them. Don't even give them any attention. They're not deserving of it. Understand? Yes. Thank you.
So what the hell are you doing?
This has been the general.
What do I do? What
Show
do I
Max.
do? I don't know. What did he ask? I didn't hear him.
He said, "What do you do?" He said.
I said, "What are you doing?" Because she didn't get any attention, so you came up here.
Well, no, I'm not really worried about it. This is online, and I do my.
I think Markella broke your heart. I think.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, she's a little. First of all, she has a little. She's got a little fat in the ass. And Snow, if you're so hot, honey, you could show pictures that weren't 10 years old. But we know what your
she cams up live, bro.
Yeah, well, I'll see what her predicament is. Let me take a look at it, and I'll get.
Let me tell you something. Her predicament's all right.
Yeah,
she's doing okay. Let me tell you.
Online gaming nerd like yourself, it is. But to me, it doesn't really hold water. It's, their stories don't hold water. But that's just being said. Onwards and upwards.
I've seen what you prefer.
Yeah, and
that might work on somebody who hasn't seen your
preferences. Swing Club tomorrow night, and where you will be, Denizen, is playing video games.
But Snow Game might be disappointing for you because she doesn't have a cock.
Go get a pump, you punk. Why don't you go get a pump? Why don't you go lift some weights? You can't. You have nothing masculine about you, do you? That's exactly right. I'm off. Thank you. Good evening.
All right,
nothing's more masculine than sucking a cock. Am I right? Playing with the balls. Didn't he say he likes to play with the balls?
The bigger, the better, baby.
There you go. Nothing's more masculine than fiddling another man's balls.
Look at that. Arctic Kimball. You need to. Crazy, Dennison. But that Dennison, you didn't say. I mean, that's what Max said. That's what he said. Oh wow, you just missed. What's up, my friend Markella? How's it going?
Oh, Oofy done dropped down.
He just dropped back. What happened? What happened, Max?
What the hell? Yeah, come
Snow
on
brings
back.
up a good point.
What she said?
Yeah,
last week he said last week. Yeah,
like for 7 minutes long, it was so sweet, baby. I love you. You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, both of them.
He just couldn't stop.
Markella and Wheels, man. That was wild, man. He switched it up on you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like granny panties, kind of.
I earned my granny panties. I'm telling you, I earned them.
You earned them. Huh?
What? That's right. Yeah. That's right. Proud of it.
You
I guess he is.
Yeah, you just missed him. Are you gonna go to the premiere, Markella?
No, hell no. I ain't watching this premiere. No.
Don't watch the premiere. But one of these days, you got to go on his channel. He would. Oh my God, they would love it. See you guys.
I have watched him back when Paper Cut Tina was going over to his channel. Yeah.
But he loves you though, some Markella, man.
I don't know why. I don't know why he keeps going after me and Snow. I have no idea. But Snow just leaves me in the chat by myself No, I'm kidding, Snow.
What is it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you got to watch this. Almighty Arctic. This is go back to the archive. Oh, he's back. There we go. Go watch this.
Oh my.
Oh, here we go. The general. He's back.
Markella, Markella, let me ask you, how much weight? Why you're so bitter? I know you've gained weight. How old is that picture, first of all? And how old is that picture right now? Why don't you tell me? Huh? Tell me how big those chubby cheeks have gotten, how big your ass has gotten over the past 5 years. Now, let's get to the real deal here, Markella. Why you're
Dude, look at you. You want to talk about some chubby cheeks? Look at your cheeks.
A man like myself. And
is that the best you got? Is that the best you got?
You don't have anything. You got a big old foop on you, don't you?
No.
Yeah. Let's see it.
No.
You women got big. You know what, Markella? What
you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Hold on, Max.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how big the person is. It's what's in their heart.
That's what the fatties say. That's what all the fat ones say. I
can weigh 600 pounds and still be a good person.
You do. Look at yourself, you poor woman. Look at yourself coping for your fatness. How dare you? How dare
Max,
you?
Max, you guys have different priorities. You
should be
Max.
sucking my ass.
No, I was just joking.
You should suck my ass, Markella, you bitter old bat, you big bitch.
No, I say
Max, you took aesthetics as top priority, right?
Suck on that.
You hear what I said, dog? Max, you said aesthetics is number one for you, right? Aesthetics?
No,
we can say top priority.
I'm in a military press like Markella. I couldn't military press her weight, but I'd like to get up for some strength.
Oh my god!
Because I got exercise equipment behind me. Where's Snow at? Hey, you mouthy broad. Where's that one at? Why don't you bring her up to NBC? Yeah, why don't she bring her little cocksocket?
I know she doesn't go up with my panel anymore.
Yeah,
Snow goes on everyone else's panel except my panel.
Fatties.
What's up, Snow?
Fat. Where are you? Come on, Snow.
Well, I mean, would you, if you were her, would you come up here for this?
Now. Well, listen, not right now,
Gracie,
but
is that you, baby?
Been other times. There's been other times when
Gracie, they were very mean to me.
Sir, hold on. She's had plenty of time to come on the panel when Max wasn't around. If that's her reason she doesn't want to come on. I miss having her on the panel. She was great, but I'm not going to beg somebody. I don't do that.
Nor should you for these old outdated women. Now, Gracie. If that looks like Gracie, they are very rude to me.
She's a good conversation.
No. They have attacked me, Gracie. Come over to the hub with me.
Snow's a good conversationalist.
Did she say you're so cute or cruel? I can't see.
Cruel.
I thought I said cute.
Yeah, she would like that.
Max.
Look at Chopper Jeff, your old friend Max.
This seems familiar.
Chopper Jeff.
Yeah,
I know. Go tell him to lift some
of mine. You're not going to convince her any different.
Oh, here she comes.
Yeah,
but
come on,
thank
Snow.
you for the laugh.
Come on, you bitter old turd. You bitter bitch. You're another one, Snow. The days have long passed, right? You're not getting what you want anymore. I know how it is. Go ahead.
She's just kidding. What? She did a pump fake.
How many times?
She did a pump fake on us.
Yeah. How many times has she ever been married? That poor bastard. Be married to these mouthy broads. I'd rather rope it out of here. Can you imagine looking at Markella every night, waddling in with her slippers on? I don't need that.
Oh, man.
No man needs that. No
man.
I
think you've been looking at her every night.
Get out of the street, you fucking bum!
No man needs that, Markella.
I think he's jealous.
No, Markella. How could I be? Why did you let yourself go?
You don't have me.
Why did you let yourself go?
Why are you talking about, dude?
Your weight problem. Your weight.
Oh,
I'm talking about your weight. Your heifer.
You know what?
Now.
Thank you for the laughs. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but why did you become a heifer? Okay, you were a good-looking woman, but now you let yourself become a fat slob. Why? Why? Is the hubby fat? I bet you he's fat too.
Oh my.
I bet she's got a small pecker too.
No, my husband's not fat.
Yeah.
My husband isn't fat.
Yeah, he probably want to leave you. He should. I would like to speak to him.
I've been with him for 16 years. So
yeah,
that's a long time.
Believe me, he can do better. Believe me, honey, he can do better, and I'll show him the way. I will show him the way. You are threatened by a man like me. No, you're threatened,
you
Markella,
want
by
to
a
know
man like
something, Max? My husband's not gay.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. Well, Markella, you're very slow. Maybe it's all the years of fatness. It sounds like your arteries are clogging up too. You may want to get some cardio equipment. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying is right. And you'll only have mouth for me because you women are out of shape. You're not sexual anymore. You got cobwebs in your poontang. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Is that what you told Paper Cut Tina too?
I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
Oh, yes, you do.
Are you an idiot?
Yes, you
listen.
do.
Listen.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
doing my
you
thing.
do.
You can come over to the hub, or listen.
Is that what you told
You are
Gracie?
fat. You are.
Is that what you told
fat and
Gracie
retarded
too?
is not a good combination, baby. Fat and stupid is not good. Okay.
Oh, is that
Now
what
get
you
with the
told Gracie
program.
Thorpe?
I extended the olive branch of love to you. Just get with the program, NPC.
Wow.
I told you
the
I
olive
give my
branch of love.
no spot to Grace Thorpe.
But listen to how
It's
she
about
speaks.
you.
I would fall asleep in a
declined. We
coma by the
passed our
time she speaks
invitation
that
on.
one sentence. I'm around the block already.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm too fast for you. I'm too fast for any of the women in here. So that's what you get, Markella. You should suffer in life. I know you're suffering now. I know you're gonna go to sleep when you kind of curl. You're gonna climb into bed with all that weight on you.
I think you guys just have different philosophies of life. That's what it is.
She don't have any philosophy. Yeah. She wishes she does. Yeah.
That's what's
I'm
happening
not
right
sitting
now.
up here making fun of you.
Comb your hair back,
making
Max.
fun of you. I'm making fun of
the
your
hell
weight.
if you're not making fun of me?
Yeah, I'm making fun of your fat ass.
But you know what? I'm laughing at you
big bitch.
I'm laughing at it. You're not
You
affecting
big bitch.
me.
You're big. You know what? And you're a very sad woman at the
Call
end of
me
the day
what
because
you
you
want,
let
I don't
yourself
care.
go. No,
You don't
that's
affect
right.
me.
You don't care because you let
And I'm
yourself
sure
go.
you don't affect Snow either.
You're giving up on life. Yeah.
This is your cancer.
Yeah. Well, how
Really,
would you know,
if I
Gracie?
given up on life, I wouldn't
How would
be
you know,
here.
Gracie? Yes, I'm a micro penis incel. Yes, Gracie, I have a micro penis, and I'm an incel, and it's just very bad. Yes, obvious.
Someone might clip that, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
If
obvious.
I've given up on life, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, but you sure sounded. I mean, listen how you spit those words out. It just sounds like desperation to me. It's not fast. It's not
No. Let's get it right here now. You're the desperate one.
No, I'm living my life accordingly, and you're trapped in some fucking Midwest hellhole, sitting there with a fucking horse and a bundle of hay and a big fat ass. Rock
and a big fat ass.
We got a comment from Mike. He said Max is the face of a back child support. I don't think he has children.
Probably so.
Yeah, I have 1,000 of those little fuckers running around.
His little swimmers probably leaked out.
Are you
somewhere.
a drinker, Max?
Black light on your furniture.
Yeah.
Like a whiskey, a good whiskey?
I forgot.
It's all Coors Light.
A beer
Max,
from time
Coors
to time,
Light, maybe.
Yeah.
But NPC, maybe he doesn't have
not a
kids
drinker
because he likes half woman and half man.
Yeah,
well, maybe he's what? Half woman, half man.
Maybe he doesn't have any kids out
Is
there.
this thing on?
Because he likes half women and half men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I guess a trans person cannot have kids. You're right.
These neurons are not
So he
firing
might
the
not
way
have no
Markel want to
kids.
check your synapses in your brain, how your serotonin and the dopamine are firing off. You
Oh,
don't make too
okay.
much sense these days, baby.
Come on with it. You can do better than that, can't you?
Would you
Well,
ever
for you, I don't
agree
have
to a
to do
debate
it.
between you and Markella on your channel?
Well, why would I? Why do I need to? If she gets on camera and shows me her fat ass.
Yeah.
Shows me those old granny panties, those old big bags of balloons you got going on, baby. Yeah. Yeah,
Nah,
you got
I'm
a
not
big
easy
mouth on
like
you. Oh,
Gracie.
you're one of those Wiccan broads. You're another batshit insane woman with your Wiccan. You know,
Hold
you
up,
people are
hold up.
Get out of the closet, Max. It must be your problem.
She's another batshit insane. How crazy are you bitch? I bet you're insane. I bet you got feng shui and fucking stones and crystals, honey. You are a putz. You are a moronic putz.
Well,
okay?
you know what? We'd rather
Yeah.
have cobwebs than that green
You get paid
stuff
for
that
this.
you got on
No,
there.
I got an 8-inch pecker, Markella. You've never experienced an 8-inch.
Is this
Get a
content?
donation.
No, you're not content.
Max is getting warmed up for his big premiere. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
You'll never know about what it's to go down to Caesar's Palace or Mandalay Bay, make life affirming content, Markella. You'll never know that.
Palace. Green door.
I would rather have cobwebs in that green
I
scum that
know.
you
That's
got
the
on your
cope of the
penis,
century,
man.
baby. Keep coping, my
Somewhere Burger King is missing a night manager.
No, it's best salesman in Staples, Southwest Division, baby.
That's right.
Get it right. Put some respect on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm off. Markella, go. I suggest you start your weight loss journey today. I'm trying to encourage you. You know.
Well, I suggest you go clean that green scum off of your penis,
Gracie.
okay?
Why don't you bring your
tiny weights
that you get?
Go
Gracie.
clean the green scum
Those
off of
weights
your
back there,
penis.
those are
Hey, woman.
tiny.
Hey, Gracie, woman. Hey, woman.
Yeah.
That explains why your
yourself over to
gun's
my
like that.
place, woman.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me, Max?
No, you're too old. I'm speaking to the
Go
young.
clean the green scum
Chat,
off of
do
your
the
penis,
like
okay?
super enhanced computer forensic shit. And tell me if those are weights.
Start your brain, Max.
Those look like
Those
5 to
brain
10 pound
drain.
weights back there.
He's a
Oh
modern.
yeah, 10-pound weights, right? Yeah, Denton, for you're a schlub. You see what I got there? That's a 50-pound dumbbell. You couldn't even lift that. You couldn't even lift it.
Did you just
couldn't lift
point at a chair and call it a 50 pound?
Yeah, I know. I'm a toy.
Because I see 5 pound.
You're another
I
jealous,
could
envious
lift that.
Show me your physique, Denton. Let's see it. If you got
Jesus.
the muscles and you work
Turn the
out.
volume down. This guy's
Now
upset.
you're a queer yourself.
Screaming in my ear. Holy fuck.
Yeah, people like you always have something to say, and you never work out because you got a doughy, pudgy, fat fucking body. You're a
Look
nasty,
at your belly, buddy.
dark incel.
Isn't that the same thing he just said
Hey,
about
look at your
Marcella?
belly. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Marcella, please do not compare my weight to yours, honey.
My
I'm not
name's
in the
not
300s.
Marcella. It's Markella.
I'm not in the 300s. Whatever it
Or
is,
Mar.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He
Marcella,
likes the balls too.
it's all
Yeah,
the
buddy.
same. Yeah, Wiccan, and you're another crazy
Wicca.
bimbo that believes in Wicca, and why don't you go play Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft? You'd much be better off, probably more entertaining. You're just full of bullshit. Your whole life is full of shit, Wiccan. Your whole belief system is just as stupid as Christian. These people think that they're getting away and that they're better than
The host of the show agrees
You're
with
just as
that.
stupid. You're just as dumb. Virgin birds,
Astrology and
witches,
all that.
goblins.
Let me tell you something.
Bless, Bill.
It's a little disrespectful to
Let
the
me tell you
platform,
something.
yeah.
I have a beautiful anaconda. It's a beautiful armadillo. It is on tape. It is on videotape. It is on the internet. It will become world renowned. Give it time. All right. Right there. Put that up.
Oh
like
my
a
goodness.
gynecological instrument.
Classic Max. No, astrology is cool though.
Look at the white
you may not
guys.
believe in it,
wax
but,
Look how skinny you was. Look how skinny you was in that video. Look at you now.
It's better than being a fatty like you. It's
Look
better
at
to be a
that.
fatty.
Look at
Better to
look
be
at that
a
belly
fatty.
you got in front of you right now, buddy.
Yeah. What about it? You want to kiss those, don't you? Go ahead, kiss him.
No.
Go ahead, kiss him, you
no.
bitch. Go ahead, you
the
filthy
numbers
broad.
are going up right now.
Go ahead, you filthy broad. You're a pervert, Markella. You're a little pervert. You're a little dirty bitch.
I think,
You're a dirty.
no.
Say you're a dirty whore. You're a dirty
No,
whore. You're a
you're the
dirty
pervert.
You're a
You're the
dirty whore.
pervert.
You a dirty bitch. You would like me to paddle your ass, wouldn't you? You would love that. You would love a man for me to leave marks on your tuchus.
Come on.
You know it, and I know. Yeah, you bring it. Give me your address. I'll be there tonight.
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna shut my side of the stream
Most men
down.
have muscles.
You're so funny.
Yeah, all you women, cope harder, bitch. Go ahead, ask
You're
NPC.
so funny.
Yeah, I've had women 1,000 times better than looking anything in the chat here. For free. Yeah.
Crossed over a line in some legal jurisdictions at this point.
Subs and latching on to other people, and that's
Oh my
what
God, that's
really
an old
it's
video.
never been about. And to even prove
That's when you had like
that,
20,000 K.
there are some people.
Not on that. That's an old. That's
I think
way
need
before
to be,
that.
toyed with on
What happened? Look at you
Young
then.
man, dog.
And
Look at you now. Yeah.
Well, I was
Maybe
28
His hair ran
years old
away
from
now.
the
rest of his
20 years ago.
face.
giving this channel,
That's like 30 years ago, man.
the Hellion Exciter channel, to this person.
Yeah,
30?
you got chubby
Yes,
cheeks
this person's
now.
name is Tom.
Yeah, keep it. You
Saracen.
never
May not be
had
familiar
anybody. All right, I gotta get my burrito.
This is a 50-year-old man?
No, he's old as me. Well, he's a 1 year older. 48.
How?
Year of the dragon, baby.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm 47,
48.
man. Our best years are yet to come, even, man. CUM.
I'm 56.
Hopefully.
Yeah, sounded.
I mean, eventually, I
All right.
guess.
Yeah.
The clock is ticking on.
Get your game together. Go lose weight. Thank you. Have a good evening, NPC.
Take care,
Adios.
Max.
I
Congratulations
think I lost
on your
Until
brain
next
mass
time.
after that conversation, in quotes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and
I
this will
need
be
a
a
palate
members
cleanser.
only. Like the jacket.
Sorry about that,
Markilla
NPC.
gives it to him, bro. No, it's okay. I mean, you.
So this is before his first sexual conviction, right?
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's an old video, definitely.
Yeah. You better go with a palate cleanser after that. So
I should have left as soon as it came up because I really don't want to be in the documentary.
Yeah. It's too late for that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that was Max. That's the Markella saga. You guys are like oil and vinegar, but it's like you're just talking to him normal. You know, like he has to hit.
He tagged every single person in your chat and on your pin.
Yeah,
It's not like a
even
Markella.
the subject,
Mm-hmm.
even my subject, which is fascinating.
all right, NPC. Thanks for having me up.
All right, thank you for being up there. Good sport.
Because she
I'll talk
came
to you
up
later.
just for that. That's
Later.
wild.
Markella's a savage, and he's a real one.
I don't know how that makes her a savage to come up here and have a stranger degrade her in public.
Well, it's not a stranger anymore. They have
They're
history.
strangers. No, they don't.
They have history, man.
No, they don't.
They have history from last week.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But yeah,
They're strangers.
they're strangers. It's definitely Stranger Things, man. Crash Out season for sure.
I mean, she must love it.
Yeah, yeah, man. I didn't.
That wasn't like pre-planned or anything. That was like perfectly scripted.
No, obviously,
He came up out of nowhere. She came up right after.
Well,
They screamed over each other.
He was leaving. He was watching the stream since the beginning, off and on, I think, and I guess he wanted to premiere his promote his big premiere on the hub, as he says, the hub. So, yeah, for those who are into that, there you go. So much for keeping astrology, yeah, for sure. That would be a real MVP of emotion right there. The watery emotions right there.
Wobbly
and watery. Man, I was supposed to get out of here a second ago. But anyway, yeah, man. Just to bring it back full circle. Today has been water sign showdown, Scorpio versus Cancer versus Pisces. Who is the real emotional MVP? Drop your sign in the chat if you're Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And let me know what part of your emotional nature you're still trying to master. And if you're not a water sign, which one of these modalities do you need in your life? Because whether you're a Scorpio, you need that Scorpio strength, or Cancer, always say care, nurturing, or the peace of a Pisces. Water seems to always find a way to heal. What's the great Bruce Lee say? Be like water. Right? So I'll catch you all on the next stream. Stay cosmic, stay curious, and stay away from those tranny dicks. Don't forget, the deeper you go, I will say, the higher you rise. I'll see you next time, Janison. All right, peace. 10,000 G. Yeah. So we got an Aquarius in the house. Yes. Cancer right there. Markella. Yeah. Leo, arrival Cancer for a sign. Yeah, we see it. We see them all. They're all right there. Yeah. And a shout out to my mom, who was a Cancer. Anita Cuevas. Rest in peace and power. You can ask mommy. She made a legend. Peace, chat. NPC the game.
Yeah.
two, shot him in the lobby, mommy. Death is my hobby, mommy. Street said that God bless the gun with the most body. God bless sons with the most body. I seen dust heads scare everybody. I seen the devil die twice.